Chat, my boy Dylan's back. Chat. One of the best players in Black Ops 4.
That we've been excited to bring down, something that we've all followed for a while. So I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, hello, my name's Dylan, or DylanCOD.
What's your real name?
Thomas. Thomas Anderson, that's it.
And obviously we have
Powerhouse.
the Powerhouse. So, yeah, this is, we all come from a Call of Duty background, most of us here. I started my sort of playing career, not that I had much of one at the time. Call of Duty was my go-to. That was basically all I played. So from our point of view, it's class to be able to speak to someone that has been involved in that level. So we're glad to have you here.
Yeah.
And we'll hopefully have some sort of announcements and stuff over
It's
the next
crazy,
while.
isn't it? Really back,
What's
bro.
it like being home?
It's different, sort of, from America. I was away for a good few years, but I think just being back in Belfast, you can't really beat it, can you?
No. What do you think about what we've got going on here? Because obviously you've been involved at sort of obviously Call of Duty at the highest sort of level possible, and I'm sure this is something you would have loved to have had, years ago here.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, as you know yourself, Northern Irish esports, or even Irish esports in general, it just is not at that level. So what's it like for you seeing what we're trying to do here?
I think obviously it's excellent. Like esports in Northern Ireland, there's no really main ones for it. I think it's just players go over to America. Yeah. There's no real, team or organization that's trying to push it, and I think it's great.
Well, that's sort of what we've.
I don't know. Why does anyone know why this nigga left? What did he leave for?
Like, say Irish League football, and then all the teams that filter down behind. You've got all the amateur teams and everything through. Like, we're basically the only team supporting anything game related. Like, that's literally we're the only one now. Obviously,
win the league every year because we're the only team that's in the fucking league.
So yeah, look, it's been a struggle. I've been doing this a long time, and I think now that what we're doing as a group is starting. People are really starting to be like this is class. Like, we're going out and doing all our local stuff, and to be fair, people must just love shooting in Northern Ireland because see our TikTok, when we put it out and it gets loads of views, it's always like, do you need a Call of Duty player? I'm a Call of Duty player. Do you have a Call of Duty team? How can I try it for your Call of Duty team? So we do get inundated a bit. So that Call of Duty culture is still there. Like, we were talking about this recently. It's mad to think that we're in Black Ops 7. People you'd have thought
that's mad,
isn't it?
Yeah.
You'd have thought
it's crazy.
You'd have thought you look at, we were talking about Fast and Furious. People got to say it was Fast 10, Fast and Furious 10.
Well, that's the thing. It was the same as back whenever you were playing FIFA 07, and you thought about it and you went, FIFA 15 doesn't sound right, and then it rolls around and then it does sound
fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Black Ops 7 sounds fine now, but if you'd have thought it back then, you'd have been like, what the
fuck? What was your first Call of Duty?
Oh, first one I played properly was World at War. But the first one I ever played
World at War?
called for. I think I was back in school, so it was at a mate's house.
Back in school?
Just played
Back in
shot a
school?
few people, and then I loved it. So
But in real life, or?
Well, say nothing.
But World of War is my favourite.
Is it? That's
one of my mates used to play COD 2 in the old Game of the World in Lisbon, and I wasn't really into games then. I was sort of, but not to the level that he was. And then I remember going to a house party and I was driving, and I came back then to my mates, basically big 80-inch TV, and he put me on the game. Was like, try Modern Warfare, and put the headset on, and it blew my mind. Listen to the Americans, when you snipe one of them, and then you get into the lobby after, and you were like, you're crap, and all this here. So that was my first time. Yeah, getting this is nuts.
Yeah.
And I basically didn't go to school because of World at War. I did not go to school because of World at War.
I loved that game. I just loved it all around. So it did the zombies, the campaign,
everything about it,
the multiplayer.
Yeah.
It's just,
that's what we were talking about. The zombies was that was the first time seeing a proper zombie iteration.
There was no zombies in it. You had to finish the campaign,
right.
and then you got stuck.
Yeah.
Yes,
and I remember
That's crazy. You had to do the campaign? What? Niggas had to do the campaign first before. See, because I didn't play World at War. My first COD was fucking I played World at War because my nigga Swoop, but my first official COD was Black Ops 1.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had to finish the campaign first, and then you had to play zombie. That's crazy.
Map, that's iconic. So it is.
Knocked Totem.
Knocked our totem.
Yeah.
It's the wee bit where you load into it and all, the fog and all that.
And I remember just sitting, and that was the first time you got the mystery box in. You got working it, and you sat with a flamethrower, and you sat with a ray gun. And then they moved it on to Their Eyes. Well, there was some in between, but Their Eyes was a whole different level. So it was Their Eyes was. I remember literally missing my dinner and all over Their Eyes.
Yeah.
Like tell my mum. And you know that one where parents don't understand. You can't pause a game. Like you can't pause when you're on.
You're around 20 and you can't.
That was typical of my Their Eyes days. Like where we would have been sitting being like, lads,
you can't pause that
you need to
shit.
get a crawler. Or
My pops always be like, you can't pause the game. Like, no, I can't pause. I'm online. I'm playing multiplayer. Wait after you got wait after the game.
Like out of
Or I gotta quit and get off.
Grenade, got the crawler, and then I'm about to go off, and all I hear is, and he's thrown it.
Round starts.
And there were times I was like, well, it's nothing I can do. I'm just going to have to go get my dinner.
Or if you were playing by yourself, like in a single player lobby, you paused it overnight, left your PlayStation on or whatever.
Well, I remember my dad having to do that on PlayStation 1, done Ayrton Senna carton, and he didn't have, used to plug in then a wee, like, like that.
To save your game.
And he didn't have it, and he then at the time played Ayrton Senna carton. Might have been Colin McRae as well, or so whatever it was.
Yeah.
And he was like, I don't know how to save this. And it said then you need the memory slot. And he kept it on all night then, went to work then, and I went and bought the memory slot then to save then. So it was. So we've come a long way from then. Like you can hardly get anything like that now. It's all digital and stuff.
And you can pause a game, I think, as well.
Yeah. What was the first competitive COD you played?
First competitive COD, I'd say AW I played in. So
what was that? Just GBs and stuff?
Just GBs, Gfinity tournaments, I remember. Wasn't any good. Like, you should just get knocked out early by the better ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, AW.
Did you go to the Pro?
No, never went to one.
Because that was the first. So I was sort of quite late, I would say, into competitive. I watched like Black Ops 2 and all this stuff, but I never got competitive. Which was weird for me. And then got competitive in Ghosts. And then I went to
I ain't gonna lie, I need to hear more from Dylan. This nigga talking more than Dylan is. Shit.
And it was nuts. 60.
Like, no disrespect, my nigga. Like, you the host, but you do a little like. I need to.
Tournaments and stuff.
Like, I'm sure they have no problem with him dominating the conversation, but nigga, I'm sorry. You got one of the greatest players. Like, I ain't gonna lie, but you niggas don't get it. Peak for peak. Obviously, simping them were crazy. All them. This nigga right here, his peak. Look at my hand out the screen. I want to hear what he got to say. Why did he stop playing?
And then it was,
he just get burnt out and stop. Was it personal shit? Like, you don't got to say the specifics. Like, what was it though? I'm hoping they get to it, but he been just talking a decent amount. I'm trying to hear Dylan.
I think Epsilon won that with like Jared and Swanee and whatnot. So it did. So
what do you call it? Like, would you have ever spoke to your mates about competing, like in school? And
when
stuff?
I was in school,
because I know I couldn't have mentioned it, or otherwise I got 2 or 3.
I don't think I mentioned that I played. I think I don't think I did actually. I think I was just playing on the side, so it was more. I actually don't think I did speak about it.
I remember it would always, like, my mates would be on Xbox or whatever, and they'd be playing like pro clubs, or they'd be playing GTA because GTA was out at the time, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I'll be there in a wee while, boys. But meanwhile, I'm scrimming from like when I got into the house.
Yeah.
Fucking God knows when.
Yeah, I do remember. I do remember, like, I'd, come home from school and stuff, you'd be scrimming or you'd be doing that. But I just remember every time school finished, it was how quick can I get back?
Yeah.
And get on the Xbox.
How quickly can I?
A little laugh, buddy.
Yeah.
Get on the Xbox.
How quickly can I, like, spoof my homework?
Yeah. That's it. I wouldn't even do it. I just give up with doing it. I just called.
Yeah.
So it was.
Like I can remember, like, because I went through a few things, and then my 6th year, then mum and dad were a bit less sort of strict with me.
Yeah.
And I used to be like, yeah, I don't have my homework done. Can I take a day off? And dad would have been like, yeah, okay, whatever. No, I just sit and play.
I was doing the homework like on the wall of the classroom outside, waiting for the teacher to get there.
Yeah.
Like doing my RE homework.
Yeah.
On the wall.
I would have done it certainly in sixth form. Then when I was in school, I would have been going to private study and doing like trying to anyone got information, this homework. Like that's all I cared about was rugby at that point in school and playing Call of Duty. That was my life, and like thoroughly like wish we could get those days back. Like proper like I remember
no responsibilities whatsoever.
The one that sticks out to me on Modern Warfare, it might have been a DLC map. Do you remember they brought it in and it was raining? And it was like a loads of wee wooden huts in the middle, and then it was like a building down at the one end and then a building. But there was like, you could snipe down a certain bit, and it was all grassy. It was
You on about Overpass?
sounds like overpass. That's it.
Underpass is it called? Overpass is the CS map.
Yes.
Underpass, I think you're on about.
And it was like there was like wooden huts in the middle.
There was like a brick hut thing with 2 floors on it, and then across from you over the bridge, there would have been like warehouses with like windows.
No, that was more of a. No, I know what. No, I really want to. Was it Overgrown? No.
On Modern Warfare.
Yeah, the original Modern Warfare. And I think they brought it in as like an add-on.
Aye.
And I remember just the rain. I remember being like dark and rain. That will never leave my mind. Playing at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Just
That was like Upheaval. Do you remember that in World at War?
That's right,
I loved that, man.
Well, World of War is like honestly one of my favorites. So it was absolutely.
Like I've said before, I never even played it.
Really?
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 was my first one.
Well,
I wasn't allowed them until I was.
that's
like
right.
13.
Until your granddad bought it
Yeah.
and HMV
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah. And HMV, I think the both of them were like 25 quid each.
Yeah.
Never had it before. So, in the lead up to your first event, which was Birmingham,
Yeah.
you got onto a team with Lucien
Yep. Trotty.
and Jambo.
Yes.
How did you get onto that team? Because obviously nobody really knew you before that.
Yeah, see, I just to go on to that, I always felt that the Call of Duty scene needed to change because it always felt so clicky. I'm really interested to hear that. I always felt that you couldn't get into things. You know, they had the group of, let's say, 24 people in Europe, and you just weren't getting into it if you were not in there. So yeah, like how did that happen for you?
That's the thing, because Lou was a relatively big player at that
At
point.
the time, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he was.
So he just took a chance on them 3, pretty much.
Yeah, I think Lou ended up getting dropped from someone. I think he needed a team for a 2K. He got us 3 together, obviously, and we played really well, so we did for what was expected of us. And then it just went from there, really, so it did.
Would you say he was your godfather? Or was
Definitely. Yeah, I would, honestly. Because the guy even helped me get to that event. So he did.
Did he?
Which a lot of people don't know. He helped get me to it.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely say so.
As far as I know, he's still a pretty decently big
Streams,
Warzone streamer
doesn't he?
now.
Yeah, he streams.
I know I'm banned in his Twitch chat for talking shite to him years ago.
Fuck. Say nothing.
You're probably banned now for talking shit.
I probably am.
So that event was top 48.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Which at that event wasn't too bad of a placement. I mean, for your first
Well, wasn't there?
Most people don't
COD it went down to like I remember being like, wasn't it 128 teams at some events? And
Well, that event was pretty big.
yeah,
Like, I think there was 96 at that event.
It was a big event, wasn't it? That's right. Because we had them monitors, remember?
Yeah. The Yamas.
Yamas, that was it.
I remember those.
Yeah, they were a heap of shite.
Yeah.
I just remember going to the event. I think a load of people thought I'd be shit on LAN, to be honest. I just went and was decent. So it was.
Yeah. I don't ever remember seeing you. Because we were both.
I actually, I
And
don't think.
if I'd have known there was another Northern Irish guy there,
yeah.
because like I've said before on the podcast,
Friend.
but
Northern Irish.
you meet somebody from Northern Ireland when you're in a different country. And you're
I know.
Like, oh fuck.
You can talk about it, you can bond over it.
I remember going to South Africa and meeting someone on top of Table Mountain when I was there because we were there for school with cricket tour, and the guy was like, "You guys go to Inst?" and everyone was like, "Huh?" And then it was like, "Yeah, I'm from Northern Ireland." And it's as you say, when you go, because Northern Ireland's that small of a place. When you go there to somewhere, it's as you say, it's like
Conversation started.
whoa, holy, yeah. So,
And then from there, you won your first 2K
Yeah.
with bids, quicker, and PD.
Yeah, that's right. We
Hey,
actually
hey,
won
team
that
with
and then
bids.
they dropped me. So they did.
I don't remember.
Disgusting.
That's alright. I got him back a couple of years later.
that sounds so typical of COD though, doesn't it?
Aye, yeah.
It's like COD was always for me. It was like no one wants consistency. No one ever wanted. You know, like we talk about it.
I guarantee you were dropped because you didn't have enough pro points.
It was something to do with pro points. So
Well, that's what.
That's a niggas stay getting dropped from having pro points, and then niggas switch teams way too much. Like he said, like Call of Duty got no consistency, especially in like the pit. And niggas and challengers do not want to grow, don't want to get better together. Everybody just want to. All right, well, we got the chemistry, but I can go drop him and get a better player, and then hopefully that'll work and I'll win more, and then they'll recognize me. I get to the league. Like niggas don't be trying to stick together and mesh no more. That's really checking me. Just hearing some of the stories I be hearing.
Yeah.
I got to go, like, but
Because that's what we're getting on to now. Was then you were on Brash
yeah,
with Javed, and I don't remember Javed.
the real,
Yeah.
Aye.
Benji.
yeah, Nevo.
Nevo.
Javid's a decent coach now. He's a pretty big coach, isn't he?
Nevo would have played with Rolo a lot, would he not?
Nevo.
Yeah, Belgium. He was from Belgium.
Well, Rolo was on that Belgium org for ages. I think him and Madcap wanted to scrap him at one of the European events because Rolo won it. Rolo won €5,000.
Yeah.
And I think they beat Madcap in the final.
Well, that's why I think that team would have been like Rolo,
Denz.
Denza,
That's
Nevo,
right. Yeah, Nevo. Yeah.
someone else.
Yeah. I can't remember. I just always remember the name Denz. Like, that was probably in around when I started to fall away from COD.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I fell away from coffee. I just didn't enjoy it. And I was just like, it's just not, I focused more on other things and stuff. But yeah, Denz was always a name I can remember. Yeah. And I always felt annoyed at Rolo because Rolo was genuinely a good player. And I just didn't care less.
The same way I feel about Zappy now.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, you have talent and you're just pissing it up the wall.
Yeah.
You're not a CMGA admin.
Aye.
That's right. Yeah.
So he is. And he's so toxic with it too.
Aye.
Yeah, people like, I've seen tweets of videos and people are like talking about stuff. He's like, I don't care.
He was over there in America living for a while, wasn't
He was in Malta at one point, running a casino or something, I think.
Yep.
He's nuts. The guy's nuts. So there was a game called Earth 2. I don't know if you've heard it. You can go onto this game and you can buy squares.
Oh.
I bought squares.
Yes.
I still have some. I have like squares in Ulster Rugby, squares. It's a game that they created. He was making. I think he was smart and got in early, and he bought places in Beverly Hills and sold them to Americans for $20,000. He's a smart guy, Rolo. Like
20,000.
Yes, and they're still developing. Like that game's been in 3 or 4 years of development right now. So it has like it's still developing, and they're turning into. And you can own that. Basically, I think what they're trying to create is like a world where you can own, as you say, you can own your own house, but like you can start selling to companies. So if someone wants, like, say, for example, we want to own this, if someone has it,
you have to buy it off them.
Yeah, which is crazy to think about, isn't it? Yeah.
Right. So to qualify for champs, I remember what map it was that you qualified on. What do you remember?
What map it was?
Yeah. What game is this?
This was World War II, so it was. Last map of the series.
Because I remember watching it on stream.
Say Ardennes Forest, maybe.
Was it?
Arden Forest. That qualifier was online, yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was actually.
Where were you at that point? Like, where were you competing from?
I was competing back at my house. So was I in Belfast. Yeah.
He was competing. He was back at home.
Getting dropped, and I think they had a lot of pro points. Yeah. I didn't have as many as other ones, so they basically just took a risk. So they did pick me up.
And it paid off.
Aye.
What was I going to say? Were you shitting yourself?
Whenever I qualified?
Like, yeah, in the last map? Because it came
Not really.
It came down to the wire, as far as I remember.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like whenever you're in them type of series, whenever it's really, really close, I feel like you actually don't realise that... I don't know how to explain it. You don't really feel it.
I think it's kind of harder to...
The adrenaline just takes over.
You
just sort of get... when you're in a groove, you're in a groove.
You just float through it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I think when you're playing those big series online, it's harder than when you play them on land.
On land, yeah, I would definitely say so, yeah.
You don't know what the fuck's going to go wrong at home.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're at an event, like, nothing really can go wrong technology-wise.
Well, at the end of the day, you sort of see LAN as it's a fair playing field. Well, it should be.
Yeah.
It's like, if someone beats you, they beat you.
Yeah.
So it is. That's the way I've looked at it.
So then we went into Black Ops 4, and you were on Team Swain.
Yeah.
With
Team Swain?
Yeah.
Actually, remember.
It was a good team, that was. So I like that.
Quicker, Weeman, Nolson, and Brian.
Yeah.
You went back to Quicker after he dropped you?
Yep. I thought, you know what? I'll give Swain another chance.
Yeah.
And then it worked out, like, because we did get top 6.
Top 6.
So we did.
Because you had to... What was it? If you got top 3 at that event?
Yeah,
you
top 4.
Top 4? You got top 4. So he was a game away from qualifying for the league.
Yeah, we were, yeah.
At that event.
Twice.
Yeah.
So we were in winners and losers. So we were to get a pro league spot.
Yeah.
And didn't qualify, so it's one of them ones. So it is.
And then went to the pro league qualifier.
Yeah, we went there. We actually played really bad as a team, I thought. And I feel like if we turned up for it, we would have probably qualified. But
you should have qualified for sure.
Yeah, it didn't happen for whatever reason.
I think that having spoken to Brian quite a lot, that's kind of a thing for his career.
Yeah.
Like he always gets there and then doesn't get over the line.
Yeah, well, they were in the league and stuff. I think they were back in like hyper games and stuff, weren't they?
Oh,
So they were always around it and stuff.
Like Black Ops 3 time.
Yeah. Because I remember watching them and stuff, and they'd been to the league and stuff like that. We just just couldn't get over the line as a team. But I loved that team, like, so I did Team Swing for, I wasn't on it too long, like, but it was a great team. So
From what I remember, you absolutely fried at that event. So surely there was some people in your ear at that point, like...
Was that the Pro League qualifiers? Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Because you had a good series against Faze. Even though you lost.
We lost it. Yeah, I played well against them. It was whenever I got back, really. Swain was the one that was saying to me, yeah, you're going to get picked up.
Yeah.
So we'd be scrimming, and they'd be like, yeah, you're, you know, yeah, I'm going, basically.
Aye, there's no way.
So it was, yeah.
Yeah. And then you got picked up on the reciprocity.
Yeah, I was crazy. Like, I was 19 or 18, I think it was. And then I got told I was going out to Vegas.
Yeah.
So I was just fucking crazy. Like,
you wouldn't even have known about that, would you?
Reciprocity?
Reciprocity.
Yeah,
like they had a big fucking... It was pretty much a mansion, wasn't it?
oh, it was crazy. Like it was,
I do remember that.
They were a big org, like.
Yeah, I remember seeing the content.
That's why he was nasty. I forgot about him being on swing.
Content and the owners, Chad, he was awesome. So he was as an owner. Yeah, the house
Reciprocity
was
was crazy. He was so nasty.
playing Call of Duty, and you were living. There was a big like mountain out the back of the house, and all. So it was
nuts.
Gated community, you know, that type of.
Yeah.
It was crazy, like, so it was.
What was the coolest thing you done out there that wasn't playing COD? Like,
Oh,
surely they
don't know if I
had
could
you
say,
out
I'd say using Den's ID to go into the dispensary.
yeah.
I'd say was probably the best thing.
Yeah.
And me and Den's look nothing alike. Like, he's a decent looking guy as well, isn't he?
Yeah, no,
And I'm
he's a good-looking chap.
backy, like, but it worked anyway. So
Using his Australian.
yeah, I
fucking
went
ID.
in with an accent and all sorts
Oh
of,
my god.
and started. Yeah.
G'day, mate.
Oh, it's
Further
legit.
stripping the Barbie there.
And the girl knew, like, so she did that. It was, you know, it wasn't me, but she let me in anyway. So
Because she would just came in as, well, he had an ID.
ah, yeah,
You know what I
that
mean?
was it.
She look her.
Maybe she had a thing for dance.
Oh, it could have been, to be fair, but he wasn't there, like, so missed out.
So you were on that team and you ended up playing with probably one of the best European players of all time, Tommy.
Yeah.
So go into that a wee bit, because I would near say he's like your godfather, because you would have learned a lot off Tommy.
I off Tommy.
I would have assumed.
I'd say, yeah, Tommy was really good. You know, he wouldn't hold back, but he'd know what to say, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And Tom was good at that game as well.
He was insane.
He ran War Machine. He was good at Black Ops 4. It's just a shame what happened. But yeah, Tom was great. Like, honestly, all that team. And the coach, Shane, as well. They were all good.
I mean, if Tom, like, obviously the shit happened with Tom, had to quit, and then he came back and still qualified for champs, if you remember.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, he played with
Lenny,
Vicario or something, I think it was.
Like
And
Lenny, Exceed, Chino, and someone else. You'd remember Chino from back in the day on TK and stuff.
TK.
Yeah.
TK all day. That's just
Chino, Big T.
Ghost for me back then. TK was.
Well, that was the first final of Ghost, wasn't it? UMG Philly.
I loved Sharp.
UMG Philly.
Sharp's hilarious.
I
actually.
loved him.
I used to watch his
YouTube videos. So did I. He was hilarious.
He's really funny.
He was properly hilarious. So he was.
So first event was Fort Worth.
Yeah, Fort Worth. Yeah, it was on my birthday actually.
And
that one.
And you got third.
Yeah, it was first
event in the league.
Event that says like pro, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just crazy. Like, we made the losers run. We just couldn't keep the momentum going into Sunday, to be honest. So we couldn't.
Yeah.
And then there was the ramparts and stuff. I remember.
Oh,
At
fuck
that, do you remember
yes.
LG? I think they used the rampart, didn't
Classic was like
Cla-
unbelievable.
Yeah, Classic used the Rampart.
One-off event.
Yeah.
So it was,
That shit was crazy. It happened every year. Like Vanguard, it happened with the Volk when goddamn Spark won the MVP because he was using the Volk because nobody else knew how to use the Volk, and then that nigga was just frying with that shit. If niggas remember that. That was a one-off tournament. And then niggas was using the Rampart Classic. It was really good with the Rampart and Black Ops 4. And then they got G8 right after the event because it was just way too strong. And then LG ended up winning the tournament because of it.
after, so, yeah.
That's what he just said. They G8 it right after
The
that.
top 12 at Anaheim,
Yeah.
which would have been a fucking insane event to do well at too.
Yeah,
because of like all the history of Anaheim when it comes to like COD and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and have it in that big, you know, the convention center. Yeah, it was class. I think we had a tough group for that one. I think we played OpTic again.
Yeah.
Who we beat at Dallas.
Yeah.
So OpTic wanted revenge. They got it, obviously.
Yeah.
And then I feel like we played E United.
United, there's another
But they
one.
didn't have Simp at this time, I don't think.
Yeah, because he didn't come in until London.
Just while that's in my
London,
head,
wasn't it?
did you get in? Because I'm fairly sure United had a Smite team. Is that what they're in the Smite? No,
No.
I'm fairly sure they done well. If I could,
They did. Oh yeah, I think
If
they won
my-
Worlds.
yes.
They did.
I thought that's
Because
maybe
they had
why.
skins and all in game.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know why I don't have your placement down at London.
Probably because it's shit.
Might have been.
I think top 8.
Serious?
So it was. I think we did get top 8.
What was that like? That would have been the first event you would have had like a crowd behind you.
Yeah, that was the first ever event. I think that we actually like just having the British fans in the back.
Yeah.
They're crazy, like the London fans.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it was just one of them ones. I feel like we always matched up well against the bother, the lesser teams.
Yeah.
We always beat them. Like we always got it over the line. It was just the top ones we just couldn't. Especially that year, like the top ones we just couldn't
But
beat
yeah,
them.
like OpTic and Thieves were like kind of way out ahead of Ariel.
Yeah, it was
Faze
really
even.
Thieves, Gen G.
I don't even think Faze had a good team back then.
Gen G.
No, Faze didn't have it because they got.
Because like all the popular Faze players that you think of now were all on United at the time.
Yes, but Faze was like Scraps and all them, remember? It was like Scraps, Trey, Zuma,
Yes,
Salium, and Asim.
Yeah.
So it was, they ended up becoming like a top 4 team
Yeah.
towards the end of the year, but I think the start of the year they started a bit slow. over
Yeah.
there.
And then top playoffs.
Yeah,
Which I don't even know where was playoffs in.
Miami. So
Oh,
it was,
right,
that
okay.
was the CWL Miami event.
Yes. And
So it
you,
was-
you said the heat was fucking wild.
Oh, the weather there was crazy. Like I remember walking to the venue, sweating. I felt sick. Like I think that was one of my best events, Miami. So I do. I just felt like I was.
You were
Just,
already warmed up.
That's it. My hands were ready to go. Just sat down. That was it. Controller slid in.
I don't know what it is about Miami events and COD. Like every single one that's happened in the last couple of years, active shooter outside the hotel room of the players.
Yeah, for real?
Good hang I wasn't there then.
It's a fucking wild place.
There's an active shooter every event in Miami.
Sort of Chicago.
I might got fact checked that. That nigga's capping.
You ever talk here with them?
Yeah. So your first champs then?
Yeah, it was second chance actually. So it was.
Aye,
If
true,
you're classing
true.
first as a pro,
Yeah.
my one in World War II, I think we got top 24.
Yeah.
I think it was, and we actually should have went further on that one. We choked.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my first champs. I feel like we messed up in the bracket. In the group games.
I have it down as you getting top 6.
As top 6. Yeah, we got top
Yeah,
6.
top 6 at champs?
But I feel like we played OpTic in the quarters. So
Crazy.
because I remember I was on main stage.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I was ever like, oh shit, this is cloud.
Aye.
Like this is something else because
Yeah, yeah,
it's OpTic, obviously.
Yeah.
Um,
Would that have been intimidating having the crowd against you?
nah, it was actually like you wanted to beat them.
It
Just
fired you up.
yeah, you wanted to beat them just so you could just start going crazy at the crowd.
Yeah.
To be honest, it was one of them ones.
Fair. And then there was a bit of a break then, and then we moved into franchising.
Yep.
What would you have been doing in the off season? Like, were you still playing COD?
Or can you not tell us that? Is it-
True.
No, in that off season, I was just chilling. Actually, I think I came back home for a bit after Black Ops 4. Feel like, and then I knew I flew out to Texas because the twins were out there with Shane, and I knew I was playing with the twins anyway. So I did. And I knew Shane was going to be the coach. It was more about who we're getting as a team,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Because London wasn't even around. We didn't know about London. London was late. I don't think a lot of people know that. London was like last second,
Right.
which you could probably tell at the time. But
Aye. Who were you supposed to play for then, or did you not have something?
we
for it?
didn't know. Us three were a package basically. We were gonna play together.
Yeah.
We spoke to like Toronto.
I want to say it was fucking Dylan, Scrap. What was the other one? Dylan, what's the twins' name? Dylan, Scrap. And what's Scrap's brother's name? Fuck. With the twins, Dylan, the twins, Shawnee. Who's the fifth? And then Alex.
Who else? There was a good few teams like that Paris team
Yeah.
at the time. There was quite a few, like to be honest. So
And then
was-
it did end up being London, and you were flew out to North Carolina to live.
yeah. So we went from Texas and then out to Charlotte. So I did.
I don't know why they played in North Carolina. That was stupid.
November 2019, I think it was. And then we obviously,
COVID.
yeah, it was just before COVID, so it was. So we went out there. They obviously put us up where we were staying, and yeah, it's a lovely city. Like,
I mean, I guess they didn't really. I guess they wouldn't have known though. being in London and then playing in North Carolina, I guess they wouldn't have known that COVID was about to happen. Because playing online from North Carolina is just This just crazy.
Like you said, like you were in a package deal with the Twins that off season. What was it like to play with the Twins?
Yeah, it was good. It was a good experience with the Twins. Like I did.
Wuskin, scrapping Wuskin.
Obviously said at the year after, which is whatever. But yeah, I thought it was good. It was good. Like we did get top 4. Like so.
I kind of like. I don't know what their opinion on this would be, but I always thought the two of them were better separated. Like they played better if they were separate.
Yeah, I would agree. Like
not that these were bad. Like he's got top 4 at London.
Yeah,
and it was a single LM bracket, wasn't it? So
yeah,
I think did you play Empire?
That's right. Yeah, we played Dallas, so we did. I think we choked one series. That one, I think it was Paris, but they actually played well at that event. To be fair to them, even though they were one of the lesser ranked teams. But yeah, we played Dallas. They were a great team, obviously.
I can't even remember. Like, was there a group or was it literally just a single LM bracket?
It was like a group. You played like they changed the format. Group. Yeah, it was like you play one match, and then the losers play each other, and the winners play each other, and then it goes through to like you're in the semis, if that makes sense. Yeah. So it was basically 4 games to win an event. Yeah, which is
like what Champs is now. Which is it mad with the way like I can remember the runs in Champs and all of that, and then now like OpTic played what was it 3 or 4 series?
Yeah,
to win
so
the
like
last
3 or 4. Like, so is I.
4. They put the stats up between formal stats and this year's. Remember that? And it was like unbelievable the amount that formal had to do to win Champs. I find that nuts.
I remember we played. I think it was 7 series in a day at Vegas. I think it was 8. It might have been 8.
Try playing Counter Strike in freaking Epic Land.
You had to go through open, didn't you?
We went for the open bracket and then went into pools. Went like 3-1 or something. We beat everyone except the United. Yeah. So we did.
That's fucking crazy. So like for Vegas, he was in open bracket. Would have played the whole way through winners bracket. And then maybe you played one more open bracket winners game on the Saturday morning.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we played.
Would have been what, best of 3s right the way through then.
Best of 3s till the certain point. Yeah, best of 5.
Yeah.
So
and then you play all your games in the open bracket, and then Saturday you get flung into the fucking groups with the pros.
Yeah.
And then that's you.
Did you ever feel hard done by in a way of you thought maybe you should have been picked up by a bigger team?
I wouldn't really say.
That's a good question.
I always wanted to play, obviously from Northern Ireland. I'm British. I wanted to play for a British team, so I did.
I wish you would have got picked up by a bigger team.
For your country and wanting to represent.
He probably would have never went back to the fucking.
It was more just to do with the players that we tried to get. Now this isn't to take away from Reese and Jared, if that makes sense. Who we ended up getting because they were good. It was just more the fact that.
Jared. I thought they had Alex.
Players like Clay and Krim,
bigger names.
The team with, if that makes sense. But then it worked out for them because they won champs.
Yeah. Like how mentioned like Clay and Krim, like was it even close to getting to that point? Like was there a possibility of that happening?
Oh, it was definitely. Krim was in the same house as us. It was when he got dropped off OpTic, and I remember there was just loud noise out the front. And he pulls up in his car, so he does outside the front of the house, and he's raging. So he's just been obviously off OpTic or whatever, and he was in the house, and he was just didn't really look the happiest guy at the time, so we just stayed away. So it did. Yeah, it was one of them ones.
I don't know if I'm talking shite now, but I think I remember back in the day there was rumours that you were going to get onto OGLA at one point.
Not that I knew of. The only ones I knew of that I'd been told of was in Black Ops 4. There was Envy.
Right.
Ooh, that'd been nasty.
That's what Shane told me.
Yeah.
That would been nasty. Him and Envy.
Like after a couple.
That was halfway through the season, I think it was.
Yeah.
He said that they turned it down, and I said that's dead on. Whatever.
So like say.
So you weren't even involved in the decision.
No, I just got told basically after it, so did that they tried to and they didn't want to, so they didn't.
It was probably after Fort Worth when you got third. They probably would have.
Yeah, could have been. Yeah, they weren't that good at that stage, so they weren't. So yeah, could have been.
Fuck, that would have been crazy.
What was the most amount of prize money you won?
Say CWL Miami. I think it was probably like 40 grand, 50 grand.
Aye, because that was playoffs.
That was
playoffs
as a team, and then it was.
No. As a team, it was like 300k or something.
Oh, you got 40 yourself?
Aye, it was crazy.
Obviously, the org took a bit, and then
they take a percentage of your prize winnings, and then it was either that or champs, maybe
Yeah, one of
top
the champs,
6. I
probably.
feel like that would have been decent.
Yeah. What was Shane like as a coach? Because obviously Shane was around. Like I remember Shane playing.
That's crazy. It's kind of like who was on that MP team? I gotta see. You can't look at it by like team. 2019. Because I've been like 2018. Yes, Gentlemates. Gotta be like a roster I can look up from the certain years, right? I want to see. Guess I could do this. The Decimate, Gunless, Hook, Pharaoh. 2019 of, yeah, so that's probably it. Or like this team right here. Assault, Bell, Silly, Assault. Bell, Silly, Assault, H. Pharaoh, possibly. Because like the game came out. The Modern Warfare came out in 2019 of like that fall. So that game would have came out in 2018. So it actually might have been like down here. I think it was like temp / here in Appinell. I could probably figure it out though. I know this is a detour, but I just need to see real quick.
Matches.
Searches units.
How are you going to take this on? Able to handle
Huge on the map.
Is now for when we need the specifically at the stats.
Yeah, Assault, Desi, H, Silly, Gunless. Okay. He probably would have been replacing like Decimate or Silly. So imagine Decimate and Silly are like Assault, Dylan, H, Silly, and Gunless. Or Assault. It probably would have been Assault and it probably would have been Dylan. So Assault, Dylan, H. Yeah, that'd been crazy.
It isn't what you.
He's going against the side bit. Okay, I don't care about all that. I just want to see who he would have been replacing on that team. He would have went to Envy.
And for TYT in the qualifiers for champs
That's
and
right.
ghosts.
I remember watching.
And he played with like Fear Crads.
Yeah.
Was
Sween.
on that
Sween
team?
was on that team.
Sween
So he
and
was-
Benny Central.
Yep.
Fear
Benny
cards.
Central.
That just reminds me of Team Fear. Moho. That's like they were
One of the
proper
best
throw,
logos in COD ever. That
like
just
proper
esports.
proper throwback.
I'm surprised you wouldn't remember that team. It was Team YouTube, and it was fucking Quicker.
Yeah, it was
I've lo-
quicker. Fear cards.
Yes.
Benny Central.
Chain.
And
and Shane.
yeah, Shane.
And then I think they became Lightning Pandas.
That's yeah, they
at one
did.
point,
They did.
Which is
After it was Ghosts whenever they turned it into Lightning Pandas.
yeah.
So it was.
Like I mean, I just most of the time. Well, back then I probably would have watched a lot of OpTic because it just like a lot of Scumpy's good montage stuff was. You know when he's knifing, he would knife Rambo Ray then is that Domination,
Freight Dom.
and then the most nuts. I think probably one of the most nuts plays I've ever seen. They went up against was it EG? Were they EG at that point?
Freight Blitz.
And they
Six space.
Was
the
it the-
cap?
they just went
yes.
straight down through through Red whatever, and they smoked them.
Yeah.
And the place went no. It was 5-5, and the shot made this ballsy play where all four of them just ran straight, basically where you spawned at the train.
Yes,
You went
that's
up
right.
the side of the building, and they blitzed it to win at 6-5. That is probably one of them. Between that and Proofy's one
The 1v4.
Oh, yeah.
The four.
in what was that?
Sovereign.
Was it?
Sovereign,
Nuts.
yeah. To win
Like,
X Games
those are
gold medal.
iconic to me.
Yeah.
That's whenever they had the boost and all, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Remember
Yes.
the big soundproof boost.
That was
X Games.
Games.
X Games.
It's Games.
The booths were class.
Yeah.
That's
I would have loved to play in them booths. Like I think that would have been.
I remember
Champs was weird. It had like,
Champs had like a V-shaped
was-
booth. Was it a V?
like
They did a V like
It
style.
was like
Because I remember Kleister getting up and going nuts.
Yeah.
Kleister was one of my all-time favorites. Like watching him in Black Ops 2 with the long hair.
Yeah.
Was I just like
you ponytail bitch.
how much did you get to interact with each other at and like say for example you're at an event.
Aye.
How much did you get to interact and was there like the same thing? Was there like the clicks there when you were in the pro scene?
Yeah, I'd say it was more. I mean, I just let the Americans do their own thing. Do you know what I mean? I'd speak to. There was a good few of them were dead on. Like so, there's
Probably couldn't understand you most of the time.
That's a lot of it is.
Yeah.
You'd say something and then they're like, what? And then you'd say it again and they just don't get you. So don't then. Yeah, I had to change my accent even when I was out there.
Yeah.
So it did.
I'm glad it's back.
I'm glad it's back. I've missed it.
I think I've developed like a pretty well-spoken accent over here from speaking to English people my whole life.
Well, the thing about it is, with us, we have to talk slowly to them. It's just that's just the way it is. And I've seen, like, I look at Dinko, that's the big Counter-Strike caster, and he's from Carrickfergus, and you wouldn't like
You wouldn't be able to tell.
like I will get a clip of him on some season show too, and you'd be like, you would not even know that guy's from Northern Ireland. Because he's had to change himself too. Whether I agree or disagree, I'm like, just slow down.
Yeah.
You know, you can literally slow, but it might be hard then because it's Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I was able to went into that a little bit more. I wonder who he was cool with, like in the pro scene when he was like a pro. Like, was he cool with Simp? Like, what did Simp think about him? What did Cellium or like Scump and the Americans think about Dylan when he was running the league? Like, best sub in the game.
But he's wild. his accent goes from Port Rush to Florida.
Like, did you feel yourself slipping into that a bit?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even when I was teaming with like English ones and
You get on the
Sean
morning.
was Scottish.
All right, mate.
Do an Aussie accent. No, Sean was Scottish. 2 English. We did have an Australian actually. Dens as well.
Yeah.
When he came on the team. I mean, I hope they could understand me because they didn't say anything like so.
I'd like to think so. You were a teammate.
Aye.
That's maybe why you get dropped.
Aye.
Most of the time. Right?
That was why.
We can't understand this
Little
guy.
do I know.
So obviously, you know, things go to franchise. You're, as you say, British kid, want to play for London.
Yeah.
Where did it all change?
I think the MW season, there was just a lot of stuff that went on behind the scenes. There was like rated when he was getting his visa done. I think this
Forgot they had rated.
January 2020, might even be before that, like December 2020, and the game just dropped. He was in London while the game's out. We're meant to be practicing, and he can't even get into America. Do you know if that makes sense? It's not his fault, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's visa issues and stuff like that. I think we were using a coach as a pickup. We were using someone as a pickup, the scrim. It was just takes out the fun of the game, to be honest. You know, when you have a set team, you know, ready to go, you know, this is us 5, we're going to do this. And then the guy can't even get in the country. Just stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, it all builds up and then you're like, what's even the point? If that makes sense.
Do you think, because obviously we're not really used to it over here, do you think franchising was good or bad? Let's take it, obviously from a business point of view, it's always going to be good because they see it as a bit of stability. Well,
yeah.
I suppose London Raiders aren't a thing anymore. No. But like, how did you find it as a player?
I didn't enjoy it at all, like, to be honest. Even just going from the year before that, there was the open events, you know, that type of thing, you know, like during World War II. It just changed massively.
Well, that would have shut, like, if you had been starting, they wouldn't, you just would have been shut out then, wouldn't you? You wouldn't even have that opportunity.
Well,
and I think that's the biggest thing, and it's sort of the same principles. When I was at school and playing rugby at Inst,
franchise ruined Call of Duty, man. It ruined the pro scene. They should have just stayed in the CWL circuit. Pro League, it should have just stayed that, bro. I ruined everything. Just a bracket.
Well, you would have been that hidden gem.
There's some more exciting from a viewer's perspective, and I'm sure from a player's perspective to play 3, 4, 5, 6 series in a day. It's draining. Playing that many series in a day was way more.
Like we said, you know, you're playing like 2 group games and then you're in semi-finals of a tournament.
You would have been making way more money in the Modern Warfare 2019 year, but it was probably nowhere near as fun.
Oh no, no, I was making way more money, but the fun got sucked out of it a bit. I'll be honest. So it did.
Obviously, Modern Warfare 2019 ended, and then you ran into Cold War.
Yeah,
and you were on the team for a little bit.
Yeah, I was on the team to start the year, so it was.
But the team was like all over the place.
Yeah, I think it was a case of like the MW season. A lot went on. I don't think the management wanted the twins to stay together at the time.
Yeah.
I don't even think me and Sean were like guaranteed on the team for that year. We didn't want the players on, you know, the twins together, because I do think they're better.
Yeah.
You know, whenever they're split up.
Definitely Watkin. I definitely think he was far better when he didn't have Scraps with him.
Yeah. Well, I find it crazy they didn't get picked up that year. So they did they? I think Scraps did.
I think there was some shit going on.
Yeah.
Like in the background that told people to sort of like stay away from those two. They're bad news.
I mean, it could have been, but yeah, you'd think like they would have got picked up, both of them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they were obviously good players, but just didn't get picked up.
Yeah.
So it's one of them ones.
So who was the team? It was you and Sean.
It was me, Sean, Alex. So it was.
Oh, frick.
Yeah.
I forget. Yeah.
About Alex.
I forget all about Alex.
Yeah, and I think the fourth was Trey.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
was, and then, so that season starts. We do the same thing that happened in MW. Trey can't get in the country.
Yeah.
So he can't, because his visa. So I've done with this a second year in a row. So at this point, I'm like, what the fuck? So we end up picking, I don't know who we picked up.
Yeah, I'm
After Trey.
going to pull.
You can have a look if you want.
I Twitter searched DylanCOD the other night just in case I could find anything
Thomas
that
called.
I didn't
Thomas
know.
God. That's it.
There's a clip that Revan tweeted out, and the team is.
Well,
It's-
Trey actually played. Sorry, I just remembered. But he played. We played like matches against all the pros. We were in America, us three. Me, Sean, Alex, and Trey was in England. So he was playing on like 130 ping or whatever.
Jesus.
Which you know what ping's like.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Do you know what I mean?
This must have been a decent amount through the gate because that's Apocalypse hardpoint if you remember.
Right, so-
And it's you,
yes.
Paul X, Shawnee, and Zed.
Yeah. So me and
Zed would have been your coach at one point. Sure.
Zed was.
Zed
We
ended.
got.
He was playing back in
Yeah.
like what on the pro. I'm
IAW,
pretty
yeah,
sure. He was,
yeah, I remember watching Zach and all,
Yeah.
and I teamed with him, which was nuts.
I had one of my players that day was Defrag.
Oh, Defrag.
Defrag played. He was playing under me.
He was a good wee player.
He was.
He was.
We got top 8. I think we lost to Annex back then. But Defrag was class back then.
Defrag was a good wee player, like
Yeah.
so he was.
Yeah, he was under me. So when did suppose everything sort of fall apart and what really happened?
I feel like it was just we weren't winning games, you know, and shit was just not going how you wanted to. Like we were going last map when we should have won the series anyway, and then we'd get beat like 6-0 last map, and then we're just like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I mean, when I got dropped, it was a bit of a surprise for me, like so it was.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't think. I knew we were playing bad, and I knew that. I mean, I was arguing with him, but.
You didn't think you were the problem?
Yeah, and if you're not going to argue when you're in them situations, then what's the point?
Yeah, you're not
Do
sticking
you know
up.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
It's got like, do you feel then
do
the
we
sort
give a
of
fuck about it?
yeah,
know
the
what I mean?
passion and energy
Aye.
had it disappeared
It
at that
just
point?
felt like it did a bit, but it feels like it was just a load of stuff that, you know, like the visa stuff. I had to deal with that 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
Where someone can't get in their country, and then we end up getting Zed and Paul in,
Yeah.
wasn't it? I think it was. So the
So
team
that
was.
you definitely like you wouldn't have been dropped for skill reasons.
No.
It was like a fucking out of game.
Yeah.
And like not getting on with each other type thing.
Yeah, well, yeah. So, people made rumors up and stuff, and I seen some of them, obviously.
Yeah.
Some of it's funny, like, I'll be honest, because I did go. My sister sent me a Reddit post of some of the rumors, and I was just like, you know, people just making stuff up.
See, I know very
So
little.
there's,
It wasn't until then sort of got in contact and people then I then was able to check. I'm not one of these sort of people that goes and like I'm not going to sit and say like what people say on Twitter is not what I'm going to believe.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like that's one of the reasons why I just didn't say anything about it.
Yeah, you're better off.
Well, I know the truth.
Yeah.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I'll just let them whatever they want to say.
Yeah, 'cause I was hearing some crazy shit. I was hearing that motherfucker was on every drug known to man. He was on alcohol. He was drinking, doing this. He was partying.
Like,
Like,
some of it was funny. Like, I'll be
They was
honest.
saying
I
some
laughed
crazy
at
shit about
some
my
of the
boy.
Stuff I've seen, you know. Just some of it's funny, like, so it is.
I think a lot of people like obviously you stop competing all of a sudden, and then there was like different people or players that you were with were like posting photos of you lot in clubs and stuff. I think people just took pictures and ran with it.
Yeah, I think that was it.
It was sort of like knocking when you were down type thing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could say it, like, but
You know, people were taking advantage of a situation.
Yeah.
And that was typical of COD drama for years.
it's one of them ones, isn't it? They take something, and it just stuff keeps getting added on and on and on, and then it's so far from the truth that, you know, it's laughable.
Yeah.
Because that's honestly the way I seen it anyway.
So
But yeah, like, people seen us in clubs and stuff.
yeah,
And I mean, I went out and stuff, but it wasn't like I was fucking, you
you
know.
weren't going mental.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I'd still, you know.
It wasn't like you were the George Best of COD.
You
Yeah.
haven't had a night out and all shit. That'll be something to talk about.
But after Cold War was Vanguard, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Did you try and get back in that? Like,
No,
you were just done with it?
I just took a break, to be honest with it.
When was the last time you were paid as a pro?
It was Cold War. So it was.
And who was that at that point?
It was London.
London.
At the time. I was still.
And
London.
you were living
I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina,
in their facility, in a house or something?
in an apartment. Aye.
Just your own apartment?
Aye, yeah.
Because I was thinking to myself, was it a case of disappear or no? But you had your own gaff and all
Oh,
that.
no, they paid for it and stuff.
Right.
So when I got off the team, obviously,
Then
that's whenever they were like, "Yeah, you need to leave the apartment." Obviously.
Okay.
If I mean, and they do still have loads of my clothes and stuff and PCs and all. So, but I doubt they're probably gone. So, aye.
So you just came back home after a while, after you
Yeah.
stopped competing, and then just got your head down and got on with
Yeah,
life?
yeah. Honestly, I stayed out there like a few friends and all. And like the Carolinas is lovely. Like I'd recommend anyone to go over to it. Would. Yeah, and it was also like there was at the time COVID. Obviously,
Yeah.
you couldn't fly.
Yeah.
You know that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Forget about that.
Literally couldn't fly back home.
Yeah.
So I couldn't. So I was there for like 3-4 years. I think it was.
What was that like? That must have been pretty shit being stuck there.
Yeah.
'Cause I feel like we put a lot of value into.
Well, at the end of the day, you've two things, right? You've COVID, can't get back home,
Yeah.
and you're no longer a Call of Duty pro.
Hi.
So talk to us about that. What was that transition like?
Yeah, it was different. So it was.
Like how were you getting by? I'm assuming you weren't working or anything at that point.
No,
Had
no.
you saved enough money up? You were fine,
yeah,
or
yeah, I had savings and all that stuff. So I did from when obviously playing and whatever.
winnings and stuff. Yeah.
And yeah, it was just living off that. And yeah, it was. I mean, I loved it out there, so it did.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I
so that
played
probably made it
sport.
easier because you actually liked the place.
Yeah, yeah.
If you would have
yeah.
been sitting somewhere
Yeah.
that was a complete shithole,
Yeah, you would have been.
you'd have
like,
been down the dumps. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, so that nigga had enough money where he was able to live
Like,
off of his
say,
winnings for
lockdowns
like
and
4
stuff I
years. That
was,
shit's
if that makes
crazy.
sense. And then it was the team, having to practice all this type of stuff, and you get down, but then you just go through the stages. You're down, you're up. You know what I mean? And you just obviously you keep going for it. So you do.
well, judging by the rumours, you'd have been down and up a lot.
I would have. I would have.
Do you think you'd ever want to live in America again, or are you just happy to be at home again?
Oh, I love America, so I do. People always say America's mad, America's this, America. I don't think it is.
Yeah.
Now,
But I think it's like anywhere. So I give the example of I've been to Cape Town, South Africa, which is
Yeah.
meant to be do not go there. But we went there. I've been there twice, and the people are lovely.
Aye, yeah.
We've been through the malls. We've had food. It's like anything. If we go to the wrong part of Belfast, we're getting our head caved in.
Aye.
So I look at that the same way. America, you just have to be careful where
You
you
have
go.
to be street smart and you know where you're going, what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
People say the same about here still.
Yeah.
Like people still think that the troubles is going on. Like if you don't live here.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, how are you guys living in Belfast? You know what I mean? Well, I actually live, half an hour away. I'm fine.
Yeah.
So I suppose we'll start getting towards the big question's going to be what's the plans next? We already know, but we just want to hear from you.
Well, I do want to play again because I miss competing. And obviously we've spoken stuff about the lands that are going to be this year, the events. I think it'll be fun to give it a go, to be honest. And you never know what could happen from it.
Well, I think we've been chatting for a while now and stuff, and coming down and seeing the place. Hopefully, that at least has given you a wee bit more now. Like you talked about, things had, you had barriers in the way near the end and things that hopefully you can see what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And that you can be like, you know what, this is something I want to be involved in because these guys are making headway, and we as a group we are making headway. They do a lot of convincing to me to get out to stay in Call of Duty. I'm like, really?
Stuart hates Call of
But it was mine. I never played anything else, but I just got the stage where COD.
I do understand that for
the developers just suck the life out of COD.
For COD, like it's one of them things, isn't it? Really, it's like.
But we've even discussed as a group, and I know it sounds a bit nuts, and we're not going to get to that level, but we feel, what people from here like. We feel we could create the OpTic effect here. And we could build a proper Call of Duty fan base. That is how, we've talked about this. I would love us to go to a big event and be Belfast Storm, and we all fly. There's a group all flies over, and we're sitting.
That was
singing.
one of the reasons they done franchising. They wanted city-based locations.
Well, that's why I
and then
changed.
the cities get behind them.
That's why I changed to Belfast Storm. So I used to be in Nuclear Storm gaming.
Yes.
Then I changed because I was like, I want to have a local impact. And I believe in whatever amount of years' time, you're going to find, let's say, for example, you're gonna have like Ulster v Leinster, and they're gonna be like up and there's gonna be home and away fans come out. That's where esports will ultimately go.
Ultras.
I was going to say Craig Avon Kestrel's done it first. I don't know if you ever remember that. Remember
the Belong arenas?
The Belong by Gamer.
See, what World War?
Oh, I do actually.
Was that World War II? We done the launch.
So in when did I go to one?
Was it the launch night? Was World War II?
It was way before. It was before COVID. So it was.
It would have been like Infinite Warfare.
But we were back in. I think it was for the London event. Remember the London event in MW?
Yes.
I think it was for that.
It was across the street from
the
venue, pretty much.
I think we went and done something in one of them Belong ones.
Yeah.
They're class.
Well, I think was that the night that we done when World War II came out? That was the midnight launch.
No, we had a team in the
league
in the summer series or whatever it was.
But what I'm saying is, remember we did a midnight launch. Was that for World War II?
Yes.
Because Boost gave us like tons of people were coming to the midnight launch and we were standing giving free Boost and doing Boost promotion.
Sounds like a dream.
Yeah. Now I had to drink loads of water because it's like drinking energy drinks. You wake up next morning, you're
we done that fucking launch event and I had Davey over from Scotland.
That's right.
Fozzie came down.
Like the next morning, it was broad daylight when we were getting out, wasn't it? It was like 9 o'clock in the morning, going into the car park in Craigavon.
The next morning, them three get in my car.
And you just went back and played again, didn't you?
We go back to my house.
Set up
three PS4s in my room.
After doing an all-nighter.
Started playing kickoff there.
Yeah.
But fucking Davey came over with his PS4, forgot to bring the power lead. So we went into a B&M and took the fucking cable out of a kettle because it was the same lead.
Oh, it's genius, to be honest.
Because it was a kettle lead.
We have a criminal here, ladies and gentlemen. We have a criminal.
What did they say?
Yeah.
But yeah, look, we'll not keep it. I'm sure there'll be another podcast with you at some stage with stuff. But as I say, everyone here has been, we're big Call of Duty fans, and you're the first pro. Well, technically, I suppose Ryan McCoy is the first
OG,
pro.
aye.
But to get into a professional league and be at that, and get involved in a franchise model is unbelievable. And obviously, that's what we're looking to do. We've talked about developing. We're doing schools programs and doing all that. So, thank you very much. So yes, this is episode 7 complete of Brewing Up a Storm. Yeah.
That shit crazy. That nigga really back, bro. What the fuck? One of the best players I've seen with my own 2 eyes. It's crazy. That nigga was insane. In fucking Black Ops 4. I just do not understand. I'm gonna have another video up later, maybe today, tomorrow, reacting to some of his best plays in Black Ops 4. And maybe even Cold War and all that shit too, because he was a dog. That's gonna do the video though. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, share the video to remind you that your grandma, your grandpa, you like the video. Please share. It helps me out quite a bit. Also follow me on my description. Follow me on my socials. Follow me on Discord. I'm trying to grow the community as big as possible. Make sure to follow me on Twitter. Make sure to follow me on Twitch, HAT0BTW. Make sure to follow me also on my other YouTube account, Hato, by the way. That's my main account. If you like college football, you like NFL, you like basketball, I do reactions on sports on the other channel as well. And that video was long. It's like 55 hour long video, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna have another video out. Make sure to follow me also on TikTok as well. It's kind of blowing up. We almost at like 500 followers on there. But yeah, be on the lookout for that DylanCOD video. I'm glad that nigga back. I'm ready for him to be back in. I don't know if he's gonna be back in the league. I don't know what his goal is. I don't know if he want to just compete in challengers and just kind of just be in the pit for a little bit. I don't know if he want to like fight through challengers. He probably gonna be playing in like overseas and shit. So I don't know if he want to play like over there and then try to get back into the pro league into the league that way and then try to compete in the league. We're gonna see. I don't really know what his plan. That's why I want to do an interview with him, because they were talking kind of like his background and his upbringing, but I want to get an interview with that nigga and talk about the nitty gritty. Like, what was he doing? What jobs was he working when he wasn't competing? Like, what ultimately caused him to leave? Like, what kind of issues was he really having? Like, get down to the nitty gritty and like let him speak. These niggas was kind of like talking, but they was like not really letting him get his full. They was doing a lot of talking himself. I feel like the 2 hosts were talking more than that nigga was talking. This is the video about him, but I want to get an interview with him so I can actually talk about him, like that type shit. But anyways, this is me, boy, Hato, tomato, how you pronounce it, and I'm out here.